Hey guys, I'm Rita Cook.
And I'm Terry Murphy.
And we are ECP-TV. And we're going to do 2 weeks worth of shows in 1 week because I was out the last 2 weeks. So how's it going, Terry?
Good.
Did you hold the fort down?
Yeah, sort of.
So our top story, actually, in my opinion, this week is that the article that came out, I think it was last week, about Red Oak, the headline was, "Is Red Oak keeping its citizens in the dark?" So I did actually talk to some of the people over in Red Oak about this, but one of the things that and I did not write this article, our publisher did, he was concerned because every city has a paper of record, and in that paper of record you're supposed to publish all the notices so that people know that they can go to the city council meeting or the ISD meeting and, you know, have some public comment. So what happened was, since the tax season is coming on, a lot of the local papers have gone to a weekly publications because they don't have the money anymore because of all the craziness going on in the world. So the Red Oak, City of Red Oak decided to publish their notices in the Dallas Morning News instead of in the Waxahachie Daily Light, which is their their paper of record. So whatever on that, you know, I mean, it's like get it together a little bit sooner than, you know, the last minute to get your public notices in. Because the question that Charlie had is, did people in Red Oak even know that this public hearing was going to happen? Because they don't know to go to the Dallas Morning News to read and look for public notices. So that was a concern. And the difference in price, actually, too, and this is where Charlie was really concerned, and residents of Red Oak should be concerned. Basically, the public notice cost the Red Oaks taxpayers $5,400 for this public notice, as opposed to $480 if that same notice had been published in a local newspaper, i.e. Waxahachie Daily Light, which is their paper of record. There's Waxahachie Daily Light, Waxahachie Sun, Ellis County Press, Focus Daily News. All four of those are able to run notices and to also even be a paper of record. So it's very curious. You know, a lot of people were like, well, they were trying to hide the notices. I'm not exactly sure about that, but I do want to say that I think that Red Oak should be a little bit more aware of their taxpayers' dollars in the future.
Yep.
So, you know, that's just that.
Easy come, easy go.
Right. It's like, it's in the budget. The Glen Heights shooting suspect, that had been going on for a couple of weeks. They did arrest him. They found him. His name was Wesley Burdine, and the Glen Heights Police Department did an amazing job on that. Interim Chief Nick Bristow, actually not Bristow, sorry Nick. He's on top of things. Him and his boss, Keith Moore over there, who's actually the Director of Public Safety, but he's also the acting city manager over in Glen Heights right now. So what do you got there,
let's talk about, we got Rolando Bex.
Okay.
He got 20 years for sexual assault.
He was a rapist in the park in Waxahachie. Gezendanir. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right. Yeah, so he got sentenced by the Ellis County DA's office.
Yeah, and Jonathan Garcia got 43 years with sex with a child.
Actually, it was sexual abuse of a child, so we need to make sure we get those words right, because that's fighting words sometimes. And then there was a drug dealer who actually got popped too.
Yeah,
right?
Patrick Van Cox, he's a previous felon from Fort Worth. He was sentenced to 30 years in prison for possession of a controlled substance and possession of a firearm. Okay,
and I think he may have been arrested for... No, I think there was these three things happened. But anyway, as queer people probably know, if you're a felon, you're not allowed to carry a firearm around
or a controlled substance.
Well, yeah, but even if you can even get in trouble for just a firearm if you're a felon, even if you don't have any drugs on you.
You can get in trouble for a parking ticket if you're a felon.
You can probably get in a lot of trouble for a lot of things if you have a record. And so I was a little bit concerned, and I have not heard from the Ellis County Emergency Management. I didn't ask them when I talked to them today. I was asking them about COVID, but I forgot to ask about that. Sherwin-Williams in Garland had a fire.
Yeah.
And the Ellis County Emergency Management alerted Ellis County residents that the water was going to be running into the tributaries and the waterways that would affect Ellis County.
Yeah.
So if you're sick, I'm going to give you the phone number that you can call if you feel like you've been affected by this, because it was the foam off the top of that the firemen men use to put out fires. 1-800-222-1222. Notice all those 222s?
Lots of twos. Now, they also claim that the public's not in any danger.
Right, but that's a bit confusing because they said that the fish were going to die and the wildlife would be contaminated. So I don't know what the difference is between the fish and the people, but that seems to be a problem.
Don't go to the tributary and take a bath.
Yeah, and or drink from it, or fish. You can't really fish either because the fish are going to be contaminated. Right. So that stinks. What else over there?
The fixed license recognition system.
Okay, yes, Waxahachie put a flock camera in. What does that stand for?
Fixed license recognition system.
Okay, and what we were curious about, and
but that doesn't spell flock, does it?
No, but there's. I know that Red Oak has it because when I rode around with that police officer, that friend of mine, we used it for a couple of things, and it's a handy tool, but it's also a Big Brother tool. So you know how I feel about Big Brother.
It's kind of confusing though. Walmart is paying for it.
Walmart is paying for it because they're putting it there at US 77 and 287, which is right where Walmart is. It's $5,500 a year for the camera for operation and maintenance, and I think $2,500 to buy it. But it's really weird that Walmart has decided to do that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
getting
know.
their hands in stuff.
Yeah, that Walmart's got enough problems without putting their hands in other crap. And Wilmer had a wonderful back-to-school bash. They had two, and the one was at the library, and they had like a petting zoo and all kinds of fun things. And the Wilmer librarian over there, which I'm going to butcher her name, but let me see if I can find it here. Nayli Navarro, hi Nayli, said that they're going to be doing this again because it was very, very successful.
Everybody loves a petting zoo.
And everybody loves the library, I hope. So what else? I know we've got some other stuff that was on. This was last week, other than
Ferris was listed 23rd as the fastest growing home prices and values in
Dallas-Fort Worth, but I'm questioning whether or not, there were some cities in that list. It was Stacker's list that actually I think were near Houston, but anyway, Ferris is growing. That's good news for you. You have a house here, so the longer you sit on it, the more money you'll make when you sell it.
Well, I don't have anywhere else to go.
You're not going to go to the ocean?
Not today.
Well, you can go tomorrow.
Maybe.
Ellis County Sheriff's Department took part in a panel, a fentanyl abuse panel, after a premiere that happened in Waxahachie at the Texas Theater, and it was tipping the pain scale. And then I did not get the gentleman from the Sheriff's Department. I think I called you and you didn't call me back. It was not Sheriff Norman, but I wanted to get more info on that because fentanyl is a big deal and it's a big killer. And I really applaud the Sheriff's Department for taking part in that. Sheriff Norman is really onto a lot of good stuff. He does not mess around. I don't ever want to make him mad.
Do we know what Texas Theater it was?
It was the one in downtown Waxahachie.
Okay.
So it's a cool old theater and people are really.
Is it a one-time thing or is it running?
I don't know actually. I just know it was the premiere. And then since we're running out of time, I just want to say that Representative Brian Harrison wrote a letter to the to the Texas State Library and Archives Commission about signing up to be part of the American Library Association because there was some issues with a gentleman or a woman, I think actually a woman. They elected Emily Drabinski as their president, and she is a self-proclaimed Marxist lesbian. So that was in the words of his letter. I didn't call her that I'm just not calling somebody that for to be hateful. That's what she was called. Or so, everybody march to your beat.
You be you.
Yeah, but anyway, it saves taxpayer dollars money. And when I was talking to his chief of staff, we were trying to figure out exactly what the American Library Association does, and we really didn't come to the conclusion on that. I know they're important, but things are changing in the world, but I know that Montana has also decided not to use the American Library Association, and Midland, after Rep. Harrison sent his letter, also pulled out. We have very few minutes
seconds.
So is there anything we've missed that you want to talk about?
I don't think so. No.
And we're going to talk about in our In Lies the Truth show coming up, so watch that, and we'll probably post it on here too. We're going to talk about the Maui fires. My article got picked up by Google, and I've had people from around the world texting me or emailing me, so we'll talk about that in Lies the Truth, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Terry. It's nice to see you again.
Good to see you again.
I'm Rita Cook.
Terry Murphy.
And we are In Lies the Truth. Thanks for watching. Hit like, subscribe.
We're ECP-TV.
Oh, wait. We're both. We're In Lies the Truth. Okay, anyway, we're out of time, but we're ECP-TV, and we appreciate your support. Love you guys.